Yo, what is going down, everybody? We got C-Rad's face finally. What's up, dude?
Hey, guys.
That's awesome. You're just floating in space. What's going on, Dan?
What's up? Oh, you're not letting me do my...
I know, I cut into your...
you cut into my signature, man.
Well, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. You can see the topic list on the left side of the screen. We're going to talk about some new releases. Clearly Authentic came out today. Immaculate came out today. Noir came out today. And we also have the NYC event that these two dudes were lucky enough to go to and hang out with some amazing NBA rookies. We'll be talking about that. I think they even got a one-on-one game going on with Lonzo or something like that. We're going to talk about some NFL rookies. It's another action-packed show, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for tuning in, as always. Every Wednesday, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 Eastern time. You can find The Hype on Mojobreak.com's YouTube, Ustream. I think we're live on Breakers. We may be live on Twitch, but there's multiple avenues for you guys to find. Hopefully at some point we will have a podcast as well, but we got to be able to figure out how to translate the stuff on the screen into words.
I'm like, I feel like I'm infinitely looking at Dan.
You are.
You should put your tongue out. You're like, huh?
So look that way. We're looking right at each other. Nice.
We should have some synchronized head movements, at some point, like a little in sync. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Ezekiel Elliott. It's been actually, I forgot. Our sponsor. We're brought to you guys by Squeeze It. Squeeze the fun out of it.
Oh, dude, that's old school right there. That's like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I couldn't find one, but I got a Rockstar today. But we're brought to you by Squeeze It.
I don't know if they have Squeeze It anymore.
They don't, but they sponsor us. So
sweet, good.
We're currently looking for similar sponsors.
Bringing it back.
Yeah. Yep. Great sponsorship. But I want to talk about Ezekiel Elliott and the 6-game suspension. He's like, bruh, 6 games? So he's appealing it. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it, Dan. Start with you.
Oh, we're going in like that. All right. Elliott, he's had a rough year with the law, right? He's had a couple run-ins.
He had.
If you're in the NFL, actually, if you play for any professional sports team, they're laying down the hammer right now on domestic violence, and rightfully so. So, I mean. Let's face it, the Cowboys, I know he's an elite running back. The Cowboys are still going to be fine without Elliott for 6 weeks. It's all the fantasy owners that are sitting there crying about it like, oh, what am I going to do? Where's Elliott going to drop in the draft? Who cares? Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn with that shit. We're talking football. Be a fan of your team.
No, you're all wrong.
Be a fan of your team. Who cares about fantasy?
No, it's just not fair. I mean,
It's not fair. It's not fair because he was my first overall pick, and now he might go to the 4th round.
No, I wasn't going to draft his ass anyway. I'm not even thinking from a fantasy standpoint. I'm thinking from this man did not get convicted, did not face state or federal charges on what he did. So what does it mean? Why does the NFL have to play God here?
Don't put your God damn.
They're playing God here.
You went deep with that.
I'm serious. I mean, the guy was caught up with some money-hungry beezy that couldn't beat. He basically dumped her while he was chick right here.
Oh, she's hot.
Tiffany Thompson.
She's hot.
She basically couldn't take the fact that he was dumping her before he got drafted, and she basically started fabricating these lies.
She has a lot of things going on. She has the Elliott thing on. She's a Reds fan. I mean, that's tough.
That's a tough life.
Tough
to
being
live
a Reds
too.
fan. So I mean, she has a lot going on that's not really working in her favor right now.
But I'm just saying, there's also there's proof. He has text messages that he's going to bring to Goodell, I believe, allegedly, that she basically said after he dumped her that she is going to ruin his life because he's dumping her.
Don't put your...
And then there's also text messages.
He needs to be a little bit more selective with the girls that he chooses to date.
But he didn't do anything. He didn't commit violence, allegedly, to her.
Sounds like he has bad taste.
So, but wouldn't you think if he got convicted at a state or a city level, that then the NFL could go ahead and police it as well? Why does the NFL have to police?
You're under the microscope. Do not put yourself in compromising positions.
C-Rad, what's your thoughts, man?
Well, Mike T in the chat says, burden of proof is very different for criminal charges versus punishment from your employer.
Yeah, well, we live in a very, very liberal, crazy state where you have to go through epic paperwork to ever punish or get rid of anybody. So I would think, the NFL probably didn't do things correctly here. I don't know. I just there was no proof. It's just all hearsay. It's all this girl's word, and this girl's been proven to be a liar, possibly, allegedly. I don't want to get brought into court now, but it just doesn't add up. I mean, I know he grabbed some girl's boobs at Mardi Gras. I know he was basically involved in a fight where he didn't fight, but his friends fought, and then he got arrested because of it. But it was proven that he wasn't fighting, so he got off on that.
Nothing good happens late at night at the club, man. I mean, we've talked about this before. Don't put yourself in those positions where you can get in trouble. Like, that's it. I mean, you get paid a lot of money to go out there and play a sport you love doing. Don't put yourself in positions where you can get in trouble. That solves the problem.
He's a young man, though. He shouldn't go out and have fun. So what? So he should just go home. He should just stay at home and play Madden.
Sure, that's safe.
I just don't get it. And I'm a Cowboy hater. Believe me. I as a Niner fan growing up in the '90s, I mean, I hated the Cowboys, but I just think this was unfair. I just don't think it's right. That's just my piece. I mean, somebody can point the finger at somebody that has no credibility. This person has no credibility, and this guy's a millionaire, and he's an up and coming, possible legend running back in the league, and he could just be suspended for 6 games on somebody else's word.
But again, it's all hearsay. We don't know what the situation was. Maybe he did do something. Maybe he didn't do something. I'm just saying, don't put yourself in position to where you can get in trouble.
Fetman saying that she registered the domain ZekeElliottSextape.com.
Well,
we don't know if that's we're going off of Fetman here in the chat, but that just shows you the type of person this person is. One way or the other, she's trying to get either some money or some fame out of this. And yeah, his bad. His bad for being with her. Maybe he should have just stayed single and should have read between the lines here. But he's a dude. He's a dude going after a chick, and he got caught up with the wrong chick. Should he be punished for that? I guess so, right? That's what the NFL says.
Yeah. I already said my piece. Nothing's gonna convince me otherwise.
This is why everybody's rejoicing, because everybody hates the Cowboys. Everybody thinks it's okay. Same thing with everybody hating on the Warriors. If Kevin Durant had like this same altercation,
I don't hate the Cowboys.
Everybody would, but
my team's not good enough to compete with the Cowboys.
Well, neither is mine. But it's Jerry Jones. It's America's team. Cockiness. It's their fans sometimes are a little over the top, saying they're the greatest team ever. Like especially after last year.
Right there, we need the Jerry Jones drop. The just trying to get back to the glory hole.
Get some glory hole. So, I mean, what do you think? Do you think this in any way affects his card sales?
National
Treasures RPA right there. Does that take a hit?
Oh, that's a good. No, he single-handedly him and Dak, like they drove the products last year. It's 6 weeks. I mean, by week 7, Cowboys are going to be probably 4-2, somewhere around there. They'll be pushing for the playoffs. If anything, it'll probably it's going to obviously lighten his workload. He may be a little bit stronger going into later in the season and the postseason. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. How about that? How about flipping that around?
By now?
How about flipping that around?
Oh, it's like ultimate motivation for him?
Ultimate motivation, and he's going to have fresher legs going late into the season, into the playoff run. Going to get a healthy Zeke. How about that? Maybe it was his choice to sit out. Maybe he's like, I'm all about the playoffs, bruh.
What do you think, C-Rad, is going to affect his cards at all?
No, I agree with Dan. I don't think it's going to affect it at all. It won't go up because, you're expecting when the season starts, a lot of these guys that you picked up during the offseason, you're like, man, I hope they do good their second year, right? So their card prices will go up. I mean, he won't have any chances of going up, but I don't think it'll go down much.
Yeah. Well, here's a thought. Yes, M. Close in the chat says this will open the floodgates. So many women will come out of the woodwork accusing players of things, hoping to get a quick payoff. And I think that there's some truth in that. I mean, but what happened, I think the precedent was set by Ray Rice. Ray Rice, that case was handled very poorly on all sides. So now anytime any kind of woman domestic violence comes across Goodell's desk, it's handled with kid gloves.
Well, Ray Rice, there was a video of him doing it in the action, in the elevator. punching that girl.
It
So
was bad, man.
that I think that's on a complete now Zeke is getting punished like he did something to that extent, but there is no proof. With Ray Rice, there was proof. He probably should have never been able. I mean, I think he actually did get reinstated at some point. I think he currently is reinstated by the NFL. Just nobody's going to touch him. But he should have been. He should have had a lifetime ban. He should have never been able to come back.
So would it have been better if there was a video of Zeke beating this chick? Because now it's left up to our imagination that it could have been worse than it is.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because Joe Mixon just flat out just flattened this chick, and he didn't get suspended.
Well,
He wasn't invited to the combine, but he's not. As far as I know, guys, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. He's not missing any games this year.
but he wasn't under the NFLPA. He wasn't part of the union. He wasn't part of the NFL when that happened.
Well, because the case was done before he got there, but Zeke's was in college too. It's just because the case was going on. I mean, what kind of standard? I mean, what kind? We're just making this up as we go.
I'm not a lawyer. I don't make things up. I think there's a lot of things that are wrong.
I got a solution. here. This is
Maybe you should be his lawyer. You should be his counsel.
Hey, hit me up, Zeke. We had that pose together. I was like this, you were like that.
Don't do it.
So they have the for those that don't know, they have the rookie symposium every year. The great Michael Vick was there this year. They basically bring the rookies in, tell them, hey, you're gonna have a lot of money. This is things you should do, you shouldn't do, stuff like that. I think a little Pornhub drop is very valuable to these guys. Hey, don't go out and meet some women. Just use the internet.
Virtual reality.
Keep you out of trouble. Or let's go with the more PG rated and go with like the Chive or something like that. Go on chive.com and just focus on your money and your game. But it's testosterone. You got, it's a tough situation to not go out there as a 20-year-old man. And I'm sorry if I went there, guys. I know some of y'all were thinking that. Some of you guys probably think I'm creepy right now.
Anybody else think it's super creepy that Doug is talking about this looking directly into the camera? Anybody else think that's weird?
What do you want me to go like this? Is
it
better if I like?
He's doing this. He's all, look, I know it's being awkward right now, and I know I'm getting weird on you. But
turn around.
Wow.
Every now and then. No, but seriously, that should probably be like some kind of topic now that this is happening with these guys over and over again. So. Should be some kind of like back in the military days where they give these guys like saltpeter or something.
What's that?
You never heard of that?
No.
That they would military guys would go overseas. They give them saltpeter, which would lower their testosterone levels, so they would be interested in women. So they would be focused on the war.
Did you read that in a book?
In a book.
All right.
Oh man. So let's get into Clearly Authentic drop today. It's been pretty amazing so far. It's acetate. It's what we all crave. It's clear cards. Acetate. And this one hasn't disappointed so far. You've got the nice rookie reprints. You can see there on the Rod Carew. And then the other cards are the Topps design from this year. And they're completely see-through. Obviously, that picture does not serve the card any justice, but they're absolutely gorgeous. I think the hobby's really going to take this is going to be a staple every year. Good checklist. I mean, there's a lot more things they could do with it every year. I liked it. What did you think?
Oh, it was great. Man, we can't get enough acetate. Remember back in, I would say like 6 years ago when they got weird and wacky with die cuts? We were like, man, more die cuts. Let's get weirder and wackier. And then it got real crazy with the crazy and extreme die cuts.
Yeah.
We're kind of going down that path with acetate.
Shiny.
It's gonna be cool for maybe another year, and then it's gonna go overboard, and then we're gonna be like, man, remember when cards were cards regular
and they weren't so shiny?
Remember when they were made out of cardboard? Those are the good old days. I want to go back to those days. Yeah. But hey, let's ride the wave right now. Let's ride the acetate wave.
Acetate. So there's I think that's the only picture we have.
And the card that's on the left there, I don't know if that's your left, my left, the Rod Carew.
Yes.
That is the rookie reprint acetate, which is sharp. We pulled one in our first case of Sandberg, which is really nice. The picture of that card does not serve it justice.
No, not at all.
These look really, really sharp in person.
Got to hold it in your hand. So then we did Immaculate this morning too. We did 2 cases.
Oh, we're done already? Oh, I have one pet peeve on that. Encasing a redemption. Swift kick to the sack.
Well, you know why they do it.
I know.
Because if they had it, the weight.
Well, these cards weigh a lot more than a redemption.
That's what I'm saying. So if it was just Chris Bryant and Judge as a redemption, then guy would be selling 19
I get it,
boxes
man,
out of his
but
case and have the one. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's kind of a bummer. Like, oh, let down. Yeah.
I want to get back. We talked about this before. I think a really cool way of doing a redemption card would be having a picture of the actual card itself, like a mock-up.
Yeah.
And you could still have that card in there, but just have a mock-up of what the card looks like on the redemption.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for years.
Do it. Make it happen. Maybe in Doug's Duels, you'll do a redemption.
Yep. I'm gonna trademark that right now.
Do it.
But what you could do, because they have all the digital, like when you go on Topps Now, they have the Topps Now card. What's going to look like?
They could make it.
Yeah,
it could
have their signatures all digitally.
It could happen,
and they could write just redemption through it, so that
they could put. They can
yeah.
like watermark redemption across it. Have the code on the back, and you're like, this is what the card look like. It
used to look like this.
The card looked like. No, that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do that. Let's make it happen.
So Immaculate exceeded my expectations as well. Last year was pretty garbo, and this year came out. We've done 2 cases so far. This stuff's been hot. It's just amazing amount of patches. There's Aaron Judge is in there as a redemption and live. So the one we pulled was live. Roger Clemens shoe card, and it was game used, just phenomenal. There was tons of patches. They've also got socks, Alex Reyes socks. So lots of if patches is what you like. I mean, Immaculate is where you want to be. So they got buttons as well. And then I think we have after this, there's going to be a little video of the case 1, which it was pretty good. It was a pretty good
of the hoodie.
I didn't.
Oh man, they have hoodies.
They have
they have hoodie relics.
I did take a picture of it, but I didn't upload it to the show.
Super dope. We had a Bellinger 1 of 5 hoodie relic.
Wow, look, there's
there's Doug right here, and then there's Doug over there.
Assateague. Oh, dude, I didn't even know they could do this on YouTube. What the heck?
Subtitles, baby.
What's going on?
Just in case,
What?
Wow, those subtitles there. So that's Fuzzy Face.
Not bad. Oh no, I hope this is only you and not me.
I'm all reading it. Like, stop the show. I want to read what it says. But no, we did. We have more cases today too, guys. We got a random number 1 sold out. Random number 2 is available, so you can get your spots in on that. We also have some PYTs today of Immaculate. I'm sure we'll be doing some random numbers over the weekend as well of Immaculate and Noir. So be sure to get in on that before it's too late.
Team's lap breaking next Immaculate.
This is like this is more comedy than I could even come up with here. 10 going out to the Tigers and Ryan 9 of 10 blue parallel. Wow.
I got a 68 and 99 Carson Kelly. Man, this is everybody should watch our breaks like this.
They probably do.
I could do this. We could do 45 minutes of this.
See, there was the Chris Bryant pulled.
1 of a 2 button Chris Bryant.
Wow,
nice.
Early morning, boom. Second box case, 1 boom, 1 of 2.
They're doing pretty good. It's actually pretty good.
It's pretty good. That's got to be automated because that video was just done like an hour ago.
It's a lot better than Grasshopper. Grasshopper can take they could take this software and really utilize it.
Yep. Well, it's your guys' time to shine with the NYC event. Dan and C-Rad were in New York for the rookie photo shoot. That picture right there actually went viral. Ball is life tweeted that out. That was from Dan's phone. De'Aaron Fox, Lonzo Ball.
That was from my Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus.
Well, that would explain why it's a little blurry, but I mean, it was just you caught him in the action. So they have a good spot. If some of you guys were in the chat watching the videos, I think all in all, you guys have about 16 NBA players break with you guys. It was a phenomenal event. A lot of these rookies had a lot of good personality. Who wants to start? C-Rad, why don't you talk about your experience there?
Well, I had a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, a lot of you guys were able to watch on Friday. I had fun interviewing the kids. That's another thing you have to keep in mind. It was in my head too as I was interviewing them that these are just kids, straight out of college, 18, 19-year-olds. So I kept that in mind. I try to bring try to get into their personalities a little bit and see kind of get them to open up about. Because, it's probably strange to them, like, what is this kid here, or what is this guy here talking to me about opening up sports cars?
Yeah.
So, overall the experience, again, was great. I love talking to them. It was fun just being there. It was amazing that Panini put us so close to the what was going on. And, yeah, very appreciative. Fun event.
You know what was the best part about it is that you guys weren't here to play that Friday song. That was...
Oh, but we got to play it, right, Dan? in Atlanta. I mean, not in Atlanta, in New York.
You guys played it?
Played what?
Roberta Flack Black Friday?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. We were cruising in New Jersey, Newark, and had to bump it, man.
Nice.
We bumped it on the way to the event.
Nice. Did you guys meet some dudes too, or?
There was some dudes in the car.
Nice.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you can't.
Well, 7 a.m. was about the time you guys.
I'll tell you right now. You can't just drive around on a Friday and not bump Rebecca Black's Friday. I mean, it's just un-American to not do that.
Friday song.
No.
So, for those of you guys that don't know about the rookie photo shoot, so what it is, it pretty much all the NBA products for the 17-18 season, all the photos are taken, or all the rookies' photos are taken at this event. So, and a lot of their cards are signed. So, if you go to the next screen, you could see one of the players getting ready to.
One of the only guys we didn't get to interview, Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac from your Orlando Magic. And
dude, that's your future.
You could see what happened with that table. Is he just didn't get a seat though? It looks like he's kneeling down.
Nah, he's really tall.
Ah, okay.
That does look weird. It's like he asked them, "Hey, can I sit down while I'm signing my cards?" And they lowered the table for him.
Yeah, it almost looks like when you go to dinner at a certain you have to kneel, you have to sit cross-legged under the table. Kind of looks like that, but a lot of cards there he was signing. And the next screen, you got some Lonzo Ball Totally Certifieds, which is absolutely fantastic looking. So totally certified.
Big money right there out of 5 and 10.
I mean, card, little camo up on the top, right?
Yeah, looks like it. I mean, his auto looks great. I think that card looks great as well. So I think that's going to be a nice early product that's going to garner some attention there. I think those look really nice.
If anybody's seen a lot of these this crop of rookies, their autographs as a whole, a lot of them have really nice autographs.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Which is awesome. I mean,
no D-C-.
No Dalvin Cook, but I gotta say, Ball definitely takes pride in his autograph because that is one of the best autographs I've seen in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially from a player of his caliber. I mean, he's a celebrity, man. We were talking, like Conrad was talking about it, I was talking about it. The kid is on a different level from a celebrity status.
Everywhere we went, even at the event, I mean, anything he did, there was a crowd surrounding him, and I brought that up to Panini too. I was like, have you guys ever had anybody like this with this kind of like celeb type status, where everywhere he goes, there's just a crowd surrounding him? And he was, I think the person I was talking to said, no, not really. The closest was 14-15 with Andrew Wiggins, but I was like, I don't remember the hype being like that for Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins had a lot of hype. Don't get me wrong, because he coming out of Canada, people were talking about him even as a middle schooler, but draft hype, I think Lonzo Ball definitely takes the cake.
And I can't even think about in the last 7 years if there's any. I mean, they don't really have anything for baseball, so I guess you could say maybe Harper for baseball coming out. But like football, I mean, I'm just like Cam Newton maybe, Andrew Luck maybe. But I mean, I don't know. This guy's star power is just incredible because of this, where social media is, what his dad's done. I mean, it's just this guy literally is a superstar already.
You know who had a lot of buzz coming out of college into the draft? Remember Ndamukong Suh when it was his rookie year?
Yeah.
He had a lot of buzz. Like he was going to be, I mean, don't get me wrong, amazing player, but he was like going to be the next big, huge super. I mean, they were like, he is like the sure thing in the draft, going to be just an absolute game changer.
Yeah.
I remember him having a huge buzz that draft.
Yeah, he had a lot of buzz. I'm trying to think of, really nobody. I mean, Maybe Towns came out. He had a little bit of buzz.
I mean, there's kids obviously that are highly touted coming out of college and high school because of their skills. You know, like guys like Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns. But I'm talking about on like a celebrities type level. Like it's different. You know, there's a hype level when you're just a great athlete and people are expecting you to be great in the sport that you're in. But then you get to like the Kardashian type level celebrities where it transcends sports.
And he's almost on that level because at the photo shoot you can see everybody was like, "Where's Ball? Where's Ball?" Like the whole time it's like, "Oh, where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is."
Well, and somebody was making up a point that when they took that that photo of all the rookies together, they had him in the middle holding the basketball.
Aha, we got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Scoop.
So there was a photo before that, and that actually made I think that made the news. It was like ESPN. ESPN talked about that. That was a big deal.
So the inside scoop is
the inside scoop.
Picture.
Yeah, the previous they had a picture. They had him basically get up before, and they were getting ready to set up for the picture. Fultz actually had the ball.
Yep.
The first picture he actually had the ball. He handed it off
to
Lonzo, like in between the photos.
Wow.
So Panini,
I don't think anybody knows that.
Panini gave Fultz the ball. So everybody was like, "Oh man, like Panini gave like Ball the ball to take like he's the first overall pick."
Right.
No, they gave Fultz the ball. Fultz basically lined up and he handed the ball to
Interesting.
Ball.
Yeah, actually, I think the picture that you tweeted out, maybe the one of the first pictures I sent you, it has
Fultz holding the ball. It's right before he passed it.
Strange. Do you think he was just like, "You're bigger than me," so?
And I think he basically was like, "Here, hold this." Like I think it was one of those things like he had a ball and he's just like, "Little like here."
Huh.
Like
Interesting.
people like try to make it a story and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not a story.
And then the next is the video that James did, a little bit of a highlight of about 4 of the players. He did a phenomenal job, so C-Rad's going to get to that. But
Hey, man, who's that cat coming down the street?
I don't know, but it sounds to me like that's the man with the ball.
Stand up, y'all.
Sure having himself a ball.
Shout out to James. Great video.
yeah, look at C-Rad. There's like 16 of you there, bro.
I know. You been in Atlanta long yet?
Yeah, I've been in Atlanta for a couple weeks, settled in, got a place, been working out. It's been a good transition to the area. Glad to be here.
All right, yeah. My wife's best friend actually lives in Atlanta, and
Audio's not matching up, but that's
check out some Hawks games next time in Atlanta.
standard for YouTube.
It looks pretty good on the live stream program with the audio.
It might just be on my playback screen.
So this guy we're trying to hire right now.
Yeah.
If basketball doesn't work out, he has a job with Mojobreak.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a great system to come into. They run a tight ship over there. Yeah, sure.
Definitely. You can follow me at the 2K Ferguson, TheFerguson on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me.
So has 2K scanned you yet for the game?
They have. So I can't wait to get it back.
How does that feel, man? To be
man,
2K?
it's gonna be so dope. I've been playing it like in recent years with other players, but
Now you
I'm
can
not
play
being cocky, but
yourself.
I'm playing my own. I'm playing my own person. That's it.
You know,
I'm not playing with
honestly,
anybody else.
you know what I would do if I got into the game? I would go in the game. I would boost all my stats.
Oh, I'm doing it. You don't have to worry about that.
I mean, 99 on everything.
I'm boosting everything. I'll be the best player on 2K.
They asked if you learned the Canadian national anthem yet. Oh, gee.
No, I haven't learned it yet. I'm gonna learn it soon though.
For sure, you're gonna hear it a lot, right? All the home games.
I've been there enough to learn it already.
Oh, yeah, it was a little bit off, huh?
I don't know if there's any way to fix that. It's beyond my intelligence level.
Shout out James again. Great.
Yeah, it was an awesome video.
I want to give a shout out to Kevin Hake and Panini for putting on such a killer event.
Yeah.
We have taken the show on the road multiple times. That was probably our maybe 10th or 12th event that we've done. It's never been as smooth as it was this time. By far, the most access we ever had to players. The players were willing and ready to sit down, open up some cards, converse with us. They were extremely accommodating. Everybody at Panini was on point, super professional. And, I actually was talking to Kevin a little bit, and we were going through. I mean, Panini, what they do is remarkable. I know they get a lot of flack for, if you just understood how much goes into the operation of making these cards and getting the content, it's ridiculous. Panini,
Nah, bro, where's my redemption?
So Panini, if I'm not I think this is, I'm pretty sure this is the way the conversation went. I think in this last calendar year, Panini obtained 8 million autographs.
That's it?
8 million autographs.
Wow.
And
30K a day.
And that's 30,000 autographs a day on average. That is ridiculous. And to think, say if you were in charge of putting 8 million autographs on cards and making sure everything gets straight and think about how much memorabilia they get and how many mistakes get called out. Thinking about how much content's put in and how many mistakes actually come out is remarkable.
Yeah.
We see 10 to 15 mistakes out of 8 million cards.
Yeah.
Nobody's
going to be perfect. Tops isn't either.
It's going to happen, but just putting it in perspective kind of blew me away. I didn't know there's that much content that went into it. So, there was.
But where's my redemption?
They try, man. They really do. I know that kind of. This sounds like it's being a Panini puff piece at this point, but
What the puff piece? Where'd you pull that one out? I haven't heard you say that one before.
I like the
but
language.
it was it was just a really, really well done event. So
Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, it seemed like
I gotta say thank you to Panini for inviting us, and thank you to Southern Hobby
Shout out to Southern Hobby too.
for bringing us down there. So or up to over there, not down there.
Yeah, but
Inside?
what about Dak Autopin?
That happened. That was a real thing. I don't know why you're asking me, dude. I'm not representing Panini. I'm just trying to give them props for a second. Like,
You work there now.
we just hang out and we love bash them, but we just don't take a step back and give props when props are due.
No, and I know I'm just trying to bring on the funny here, but no, it was a phenomenal job. I mean, it's gotten better over the years, and this was just the pinnacle of it. Getting us out there, being able to break with the athletes and interview the athletes, and one thing about the NBA athletes is they had a lot of personality.
See, I'm always taking to show on the road and like having the meltdowns that we've had and just the absolute disasters. I am always prepared for the worst. So I went into this event going, oh shit. I'm like, here we go again. This is going to be a disaster. It always is. I find out it's only going to be Wi-Fi. We're not going to be hardwired in. We're done. I'm like, I'm going to just rip the fucking internet out of the wall and call it a day. Pack up and go home. It's never going to work. But I know the quality, because we try to keep the same quality going on the road.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible doing what we're doing. And I think this event, it was the closest to our standards for the end result as we can get. I know the audio a little bit really hard, like doing an auditorium with that, with a practice facility, with all the ambient noise going on and DJ. Like, you're going to run into audio issues, but overall, I think it was our best event.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, no, I mean, and the cards, these early previews that we show on the screen, they look fabulous. There was actually some interesting inscriptions. And you know what? I mean, you can't fault them. They've made their mistakes, like we said, but they continue to push forward and try to be better. I mean, that's the only thing you can do in life is try to be better, right? You can't just can't try to be worse.
You don't go out and try to be worse.
Exactly.
I really, I've been doing such a good job. I'm going to take it back. I'm going to take it back a notch. And
Yeah.
Doug, you set the bar too high.
Steph Curry's like, I'm tired of being number 1 seed. I'm going to go for 8th seed next year. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
But then
I do speak English. So
We got some pictures of C-Rad with Lonzo right there. Lonzo was breaking some Grand Reserve. You can watch the video on YouTube. The audio is a little rough because of the music was so loud. So we have the video here that we're going to show you in the next screen of Lonzo, but we just muted the audio because we don't want you guys' ears to go all crazy or your speakers to blow out. But you can watch it on YouTube. It was just right then they were like, it was straight up club, like.
I just got done talking about the quality. And then we were gonna play this video, and I heard the audio, and I'm all no, that's not gonna work. So you get a close up. Look at the new Nike jerseys.
They look clean.
They're like slim fit.
They are, aren't they?
Oh, he was there, Charlie. Sorry, I just had to answer Charlie from YouTube. He's like, "Is this for real guy there? Not there?" I was like, "He was there."
He was.
On the other side of the practice facility.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they had to deaden the sound in the area there. They had like a condenser. No, I'm just kidding. But that was pretty cool. Lonzo good on camera. You watch it. He had a nickname for everybody. I mean, I wouldn't say he was the best with the cards, but
what do you mean? You don't like slamming down the cards?
Just throwing them.
Blackjack.
Yeah, no. Exactly.
Hey, he got good by opening the packs by the third one though.
Yeah, he did. He was talking about how he was a pro.
I think I told him he was a pro. Then he's all, damn right I am.
You know, that's one of the first interviews that I've really noticed him. His dad came out in him a little bit. You guys notice that too? Like, I mean, obviously not saying like not the WWE.
Little LeVar swag.
A little bit of LeVar swag going down. Yeah. What's up, Go Green?
Ooh. So we got to keep the talking going.
I know.
We can't have
I wasn't there, so I don't have anything to say.
We had some dead air there for a second. You guys probably all just shut down the computer and just bounced. But that's Lonzo in the new Nike jersey right there. These cards we're gonna give away. So they may not be in the best condition. The base cards we're not gonna give away.
They're
but
touched by Lonzo.
You know what?
They are touched by Lonzo, and I mean, this one right here. He set that one down. That was gently. He knew it was an autograph.
Touched by Lonzo.
This one right here, I think, goes down a little. Oh yeah.
You know what? I was gonna say having Kobe and Lonzo on the same screen. Actually, what do you guys think about him coming out and saying that he prefers LeBron over Kobe? Is there anything to read into that, or you think Magic's like, hey man, let's rein it in, man?
That's interesting. He said he prefers who over Kobe?
LeBron overall as an overall player.
I think I do too. I mean, that's him speaking his mind, I guess. I mean, he's not going to just toe the company line. He's going to have his own opinion, which I think is good. I prefer LeBron over Kobe too. I'll even argue about LeBron and MJ, which we don't want to get into that because I know I'll just get people angry. But, it's what his taste is, I guess. I think LeBron's more of an all-around player.
Yeah, and Lonzo probably is closer to LeBron as a player than Kobe, right?
Right.
So.
I like how he right before that he mispronounced Brogdon's name, and he's all my bad. He's like
disrespectful or
he's
something.
All rookie of the year. He's like I should know that, but he was awesome. He was really good. There's our sweet computer right there. There's that was me.
There's Sacramento's finest, De'Aaron Fox right there.
Is there anybody we didn't get?
We didn't get Jonathan Isaac and Dennis Smith in
Jordan
the top
Bell.
10.
Not in the top 10,
I talked to Jordan Bell.
yeah?
Yeah.
Did you hug him?
Yeah, we were talking. I was like, "What's going on, man? You're not gonna play for Santa Cruz Warriors, are you? You're gonna make the team?" No, I didn't say that. He'd punch me in the face.
Markel Fultz. And then the next video is the great Derek White, who should be breaking on somebody's channel if he doesn't have a good career in the NBA.
Fultz said that he was gonna go. He wants to collect his select cards because he likes the look of that design.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Nice.
So he was talking about that. He was like, "I'm gonna collect these." He's like, "What?" He was actually asking. He's like, "What's this set?"
So, yep, just usually I'll do this when this is another base card, just a regular card. 11 of 79 for the Jeff Teague and the Pacers.
A little preview of Noir, too, guys. Came out today. We did this on Friday.
Something like this is a jersey card, D'Lo.
94, 99. That's one's going to the Lakers.
Henry Ellison, number 39.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be pretty good out there in Brooklyn.
Mike's
And
like,
you
shut up,
I'll let you do the next deal.
Yep. So
Yeah, let me give you some.
we got here former Tar Heel Harrison Barnes.
HB.
Jersey card, 410.
That one's going to the Mavs.
This guy's so good, man.
No, I gotta.
That's the first time. Imagine just, he had no idea.
This
Jerry
one,
with Mavs.
this one jersey card from the Rookie of the Year last year, Malcolm Brogdon, 225, going out to Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's a 2-color piece.
One of the best defenders in the league, Avery Bradley. Here just got traded, but Celtics card, 43-49.
Just, I don't even know he got
Natural.
traded.
We're getting to this autos and the jerseys.
Special autograph and jersey card here from one of the sharpshooters in the league, Ryan Anderson. Going
Bam.
out to Houston.
Just the commentary, just a natural. He's got a career in broadcasting.
Yeah, I didn't have to show Derrick Henry much, or Derrick White. I didn't have to show him much.
Signature card and jersey card here from Denzel Valentine. We're going out to Chicago.
Shit, he got that name right. I can't even get that name right.
So you couldn't. I didn't even notice till now. He's a little shaking with it. So that's him nervous. Imagine if he's on it. He's killing.
All-time great here. One of the best shot blockers to ever play the game. Going to Miami. Here, Lonzo Mourning. One of the greatest players in NBA history.
That basketball sounded like he got really close to the microphone there.
Sounded like it.
Right here, Pac-12 love, Marquise Chris. Card 679, going out to Phoenix.
All right, perfect, man.
Jeez.
Go green, no, because it's all the 16-17 class.
All right.
What was the
Thank you
question?
for opening that up for us. So is there anything like you want?
Did anybody pull their own cards? But it was
no.
impossible.
Yeah, actually, Kevin explained to us, right, Dan, what, why that they weren't able to get cards. Because ideally, Panini does want to get their cards for us to preview with them at these events, but it was something about the distance between the draft and the event where there just physically isn't enough time because I guess their association doesn't allow them to sign or something like that.
Huh.
Dan, do you remember that? He was kind of talking about that.
Yeah,
From Panini.
yeah. There was a lot of conversations going on at dinner, but yeah, that was definitely one of them. I had something to do with like the time that they can get them to sign the contract to sign cards doesn't really add up. They wouldn't be able to get the cards out in time, or some. There was some type of time restriction,
Right, with football, they're able to get it before they're even drafted. Get these kids to sign before they're even drafted, right? But
Yeah.
basketball, it's harder because of the association.
Yep.
In basketball.
And I would reach out to you guys in the chat if you guys have any questions about any of the topics today. If you guys would like to present an opinion or have a question, feel free to put that in the chat. It creates
What's that?
content for us.
What's neck? Is that wine?
Yeah, last week I talked about being a whiny bitch, so I've actually overcome that, and I wanted to talk about with humor the whining that we see as breakers. I wanted to talk about that.
But that's spelled wine is like what you
Well,
drink,
I wanted
right?
to do wine and cheese. Get it? Like wine and cheese. It was kind of the name of the topic.
Okay, I get it.
So, yeah, no, I know how to spell wine. It's W-H-I-N-E.
Was it just you couldn't fit it? Couldn't fit the H in
No,
there?
couldn't.
Okay.
So, I wanted to start off with, we're doing group breaks. We're doing, there's
What?
That's what we do.
Oh,
It's a revelation.
I thought this is what we do.
What we do, I do that a lot. I was doing that all
No.
last show.
I thought the show is what we do.
We do that too.
No, this is it.
I thought you meant do we whine, which we do.
Yeah, I whine a little bit. I'm more of a get off my lawn type of guy, and you're kind of the whiner. Yeah, I mean you're a Niner fan.
Niner whiner.
Niner whiner. It rhymes.
Well, I just want to talk about, sometimes we see in the chat, I can't believe I went hitless, and there was only 10 hits in the break. There was 30 teams. I can't believe I went hitless.
Well, yeah,
if you do the math, chances are there's about 70% you guys went hitless. So I just was, just funny things that you see in the chat over the years, and I wanted to see what was the one that stuck out in your mind.
And you're
Putting you on the spot.
Oh, do I want to do this?
You do.
Do I want to do this?
Yes.
It wasn't it. Man, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah, we should.
No, we should.
We
Okay.
should.
All right. The one that stuck with me is it was when we, if anybody remembers Mojo Collection, there was a hot case.
Ooh, we're going down that road. Yes.
So there was a hot
Don't say
case.
that word anymore.
I know. That's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't want to do
No,
this.
this is great.
All right, so there was a little Facebook situation going on. A lot of hits, a lot of hits. Probably our biggest thread we've ever had. But there was two cases left, and you were conversing with somebody on Facebook, and the guy's like, I know, I'm guaranteeing that there's gonna be a hot case that's gonna come out in case 24, and you're all, well, there's only 2 cases left, so you have a 50% chance.
No, he said, what is the chance?
He's like, what is it? Oh, he's like, what is the chance? You're like, 50%. He's like, I'm calling it. And I'm like, well, it's kind of like a coin flip, man. It's like you're not really going out on a limb there, but that was one of my favorites. There's been a lot of them over the years, but that that was a good one.
Or I never do great in your breaks. It's like, yeah, we make sure that when you're in the chat, you specifically, that we make sure the team you buy does not get any hits.
I understand that, like if you're let's say you're playing blackjack and say like there's a certain casino you have luck at and there's other casinos you don't have like any luck at. You could think of that as different breaking rooms, right? I get that. But when you say that only in your breaks I don't get any hits, that please take a step back and think about what you're saying before you say it. I mean, I've never basically had a break where I was like, man, really hope so and so doesn't get a hit here. We're glorified dealers at this point. Like I want everybody to do well. If everybody does well, it's better for us. It's the same thing if you're a blackjack dealer, you're gonna get tips if people win. I mean, I've hit some amazing cards for people. I've never got a tip. I've been waiting to don't forget to tip your dealer.
Right. Or so-and-so gets all the hits. Well, so-and-so bought a third of the spots in the break, and you bought 1. So-and-so bought 10 spots, you bought 1.
Yeah, and so-and-so always gets the hits, but that person has invested 10 times the amount of money into this break.
It's not fair!
I mean, this is a tough topic to. I mean, this is not going to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy inside.
I think it's funny to talk about because we're literally at the end of the day we're talking about sports cards here. You know, I cry, you cry, we all cry about sports cards.
I don't
at the
cry.
end of the day,
I don't cry.
At the end of the day, we got stuff going on like what happened in Charlotte. I mean, that's a bigger topic to cry about than sports cards.
We just compared sports cards to racism.
Yes, we did.
Wow.
Just to prove a point that, hey, you know, this is supposed to be fun. And if you're not having fun anymore, I wouldn't do it.
I 100% agree with you. If it's not fun, find something that makes you happy. Like, that's it. I mean,
that guy's face. He got so many wrinkles on that cry there going on. C-Rad, any funny ones you've heard over the years?
I mean,
you do some eBay ones, so you probably get some really, really high quality eBay messages.
Gangsters.
I mean, it's the same thing. It comes down to like the, you know, like I can't believe I didn't get. Same thing we started off with. I can't believe I didn't get hits. You know, it's like, well, it's only a 4-box break, and there's like maybe 10 cards. You know, it's gonna happen. You know, and though that is always kind of makes me, you know, go, well, the same thing you just said. You know, there's 30 teams.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm super pissed. I bought 10 lines in the Powerball and I didn't win, so I'm trying to call him right now. So I can't believe I didn't win. Can't believe I didn't win Powerball. Guys.
I like the comment that random.org does think I'm a Browns and Rays fan. Now that is funny. That's
what's that?
I like that.
Random.org thinks I'm a Browns and yes. See that is funny.
that is where you can sit there and have a chuckle about it, because that's fun. I mean, as long as you're still having fun with it. I know you everybody spends their hard-earned money, and I understand that you have certain expectations, you want to get certain value, but at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to come out. it's in our best interest for you to come to our website and purchase something and enjoy your purchase and enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the process. And we strive to have people enjoy what they're doing and just be a part of a community. And we love doing it. It's just sometimes I wish I can share some of the emails we get. We get beaten and battered sometime. I mean, I think
that's Dan's face on Monday night.
Monday night. And it wasn't really directed towards a specific email, but I actually had to take a walk around the block. I needed some alone time. It was
needed a hug.
I needed a hug.
No, but it's fun to pull back the curtain here. That was the whole point. That, and I actually couldn't find any more topics to talk about this week. So that was like 1:30 a.m. last night. Let's talk about whining because I can't figure out any other topics. But I think it's something that we could pull back the curtain and nothing ever is taken seriously on our part. But I think it's just I think it's funny. It's like Panini's Instagram. You go on there and you read those things and you're like, I can't believe that somebody actually not only thought about writing that, but actually followed through with writing that. Like sometimes there's those moments, and to me they're more funny than taken seriously because I'm like, man, I can't believe somebody wrote that. But and also with text, you also have the problem of you guys are seeing our face, but we're not reading emotion on you guys, so you don't know. Like, I can't believe I went hitless is like, we don't know if it's like, I can't believe I went hitless with angry. Like, I can't believe I went hitless. Or like, ha ha, I can't believe I went hitless. It was so great today.
If we can go deeper into this because I'm seeing some stuff in the chat about comboing up teams and tiered teams and that.
Well, we don't have.
It's a lot easier after the fact when you've seen what's come out of the case. If I can do the combos at that point, I would nail it every time. If I could open up the case and go, oh, okay, this team did well, that team did well, okay, I'm going to combo these teams. We just don't know what's going to come out. If I could say right now, and I know the Angels are always a hot topic with why didn't you combo the Angels? They only have Mike Trout. Well, Mike Trout comes out and he hits a Mike Trout and we comboed up the Angels. We're going to get multiple emails saying, why did you combo up the Angels? They did better than everybody else in the break. I mean, It literally is a point where with combo teams, we can never be right because you could always make an argument that whatever we did was wrong. What are you doing? You're gonna throw it away? It's an apple.
Combos. You can buy them at Walmart.
Those aren't good for you. Those are terrible. That's probably the worst snack food you can eat.
It's delicious.
I mean, just
the pizza flavored one,
dude. Isn't there like a weird powdery cheese and fake bacon?
Something like that.
Faking.
Well, we're getting short on time. Actually, we're supposed to be starting the next break. The last segment was just going over some of the NFL rookies. Trubisky had a pretty good game. Obviously, he's going against the third team, but the cards are starting to jump a little bit. So I took some eBay screenshots. This next screenshot was best offer, but gold standard card selling well. So they're getting some hype on this guy. I mean, he's got Glennon in front of him. So, he's going to get the job, if not this year, next year. So we'll see.
He's jumping Glennon.
But
by
Glenn,
mid-season, dude.
I don't know. Glennon got paid $15 million though, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Maybe $15 million's not nothing. Watson, I think Watson's got the best. I mean, he was my pick last year week for Rookie of the Year. Watson's cards are jumping. So, I mean, I think like 3 weeks ago, without any NFL on, nobody wanted to buy NFL because nobody knew about these rookies. I think this is hype. We're catching the hype right now. This preseason hype.
Hype.
So,
all right, let's talk about Sammy Watkins getting traded to the Rams. How about that? Doug, you're jealous. That's not Sammy Watkins.
That's the great Leonard Fournette.
That's not Sammy Watkins.
My boy's coming up.
Dude, what's it? Let me tell you what it's like.
The three-time champion Giants, Jay August?
Let me tell you what it's like having a number one receiver on your team.
3 in the last 7 years.
Let me explain what it feels like having a number one receiver on your team. It feels good.
Sammy Watkins is garbage. Ask Doug.
It feels great. It feels great to have a number one.
What do you think about Sammy Watkins, Doug C? He's probably going to tell you he's tired of being injured every other
when healthy.
game.
He's when
healthy.
He's played in the same amount of time. He's played about the same amount of games as Julio Jones. Look at the stats.
He's played at what?
They've played. If you take Julio Jones in his first 4 seasons, and when was Sammy Watkins drafted? 3, right? 3 years ago. You take his first 3 years and Julio Jones' first 3 years, they played about the same amount of games.
Not even close. Well, it doesn't even close to a talent. Julio Jones is a top 2, top 5.
But everybody always talks about Sammy Watkins injured. He's been injured, but he still has played a lot of games. I think he's played like 40 some odd games or 60 something. He's played a lot of games. He's just been a little banged up. I don't think he's missed a whole season. Julio Jones missed a whole season.
Yeah, but Julio Jones is an elite wide receiver.
Well, we got a number 1 now.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
Well, number 1 for your team.
Yeah, who's your number 1?
Well, it doesn't matter. He'd be a number 1 on our team, too.
Who's your number 1, Doug?
If he was on the Falcons, he'd be number 3.
Is it Pierre Garçon?
Yeah, Pierre Garçon.
Oh, man, dude. Leather helmet era.
I'm just saying.
Guy hasn't been good since he was with the Colts.
Sammy Watkins is going to be another bust for you guys. It's just simple as that. It's just not going to work.
Feels good, man. Feels good.
Well, how about this guy, Christian McCaffrey?
He's good, too.
49ers versus Rams. That's going to be a shit show. But we will be there. We will be there, and we will be a shit show watching the game.
I got to say, last year was one of the saddest performances I've ever seen from a team. That my team did not show up. The Rams didn't big bad Blaine Gabbert beat us?
Yes.
It was Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah.
He was out there.
And then Cap won once, I think, too.
He won, late in the season.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you guys should make a bet this week, dude. Rams and Raiders. What do you guys want to do for the next show? You heard it here. What do you guys want to make Dan and C-Rad do? Whoever loses, somebody's got to do something.
Dude,
let's hear it in the chat.
We can't bet on preseason.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, the Rams are the favorite because Mannion's going to get at least 3 quarters worth the playing time, and Mannion's pretty much like he's like the Pac-12 Tom Brady.
What should the loser of the game have to do or say on the next show?
Spicy chip challenge.
No, dude, I can't do that. Well, somebody went in the hospital. Can't. Not having the wing challenge.
No, not the wing. It's just a single chip that's spicy.
Go green. Now you're speaking my language.
A single chip, but it's probably like
it's super spicy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, let's do that, dude.
No, I don't want to do that.
All right, I'll do a bet with Doug one of these days when our team plays each other.
Yeah. I don't want to do anything like physical that somebody can get hurt.
How about when you guys got to sing a song on the air of like 10 seconds of like the most embarrassing song, like maybe Sesame Street?
How about you just gotta? How about we gotta have like a dance or something? You gotta do a little. You gotta make up your own end zone dance.
Okay.
And do it
All
live.
All right.
Down.
30 second end zone.
No, not 30 seconds,
Yeah.
dude. No, 10 seconds. Who dances for 30 seconds?
You like how I'm not even involved? I'm just like throwing out.
No,
like,
you
all
have
these
to. You have to
punishments.
basically come up with your own end zone dance, your own celebration. At 10 seconds doesn't have to be 30 seconds.
Oh, that got a little weird. If Raiders win, then Dan has to make out with Conrad. If Rams win, then Conrad has to make out with Dan.
Sounds like somebody. Sounds
like my under troll lord.
Sounds like a.
One last question. I wanted Giz had a good question back to the NBA. Before we sign off, we got to do some breaks here. Who had the best personality at the NBA photo shoot, and who had the most underwhelming personality at the NBA photo shoot? Start with C-Rad.
Okay.
I do actually like the toilet paper though. I have to. If I lose, I have to go out and just buy a ridiculous amount of.
That is a good bit.
And it has to be recorded, and it has to be like I have to buy like 4
randoms for a month.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
I'm
I
already
said
doing
it
randoms.
before. These are just young kids. So it's gonna take time for them to mature. Figure out their personalities. But I would say the most underwhelming rookie to interview by far was probably the 10th pick, Zach Collins out of Portland. He was the 10th pick going to Portland. Tall kid, super tall. Wish him the best in the league, of course. But he didn't seem very interested in opening up some sports cards. I think everybody could tell as well. And then the guy with the most personality probably was
Rob?
Devin Reed from Suns was really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I connected with Ivan Robb just because we were from the same city. Devin Reed was a fun interview. Derek White was a good kid. Who else was fun? Terrence Ferguson from Thunder, he was great. As far as the top tier guys, I would say out of the top 5, my favorite interview was probably, I guess, with Markel. Markel's probably.
Yeah, Markel was good.
Yeah, Markel Fultz was pretty interesting to talk to, so that would be my pick.
What did you think, Dan? What did you think had the most personality?
I
And the
was
least personality?
I was a behind the scenes guy, man.
That's
I
true, you
wasn't
didn't say much.
really I talked to I did one Frank the Knicks.
Nicotina or something.
Yeah,
like that?
Nicotina or whatever, that the France guy.
Andre Nicotina.
Yeah, he was really fun. He was a good dude. I did another guy at the Celtics. I was basically just steering everybody towards our booths, saying, "Hey, you want to come and break some cards and stuff like that?" And I would basically give him my seat and
Yeah. You're a nice guy.
yeah, I was a facilitator is what I was.
Yep.
Conrad was all the talent.
Oh yeah, OG from Toronto. He was interesting because in the beginning it was kind of trending towards the Zach Collins interview too. Like he kind of didn't care for being there, but then towards the end, I got him to open up a little bit, kind of show some of his personality. So that he was a fun person to talk to as well. OG.
Sweet. Well, that'll do it for the show. We got to get into the. I think it's. Are we doing Immaculate 3?
Immaculate number 3. And
get
Immaculate is sick.
It's tight. All right, guys. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining and listening to the show, watching the show. Once again, we're going to try to figure out how to do a podcast of this without maybe describing what's on the screen better because it's obviously more of a visual show. But we appreciate you guys watching on YouTube, watching live, and we'll be back next week for 10. We got to have like an anniversary
Looks
show.
like this show is brought to you by Mark Davis and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep, don't forget.
Jeez.
2017 champions, Oakland Raiders.
Don't forget going straight to Vegas.
Yeah.
After we win 2 in a row.
Man, is a team actually going to move cities after winning a Super Bowl?
Maybe.
It's going to be weird and wacky.
It's what they owe us. It's what they owe us.
That tuck rule. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace, guys.